My question today is really, who is your hero? Who's your hero? I give you a few seconds. Okay. Now, let's be honest. Most of you probably named a celebrity, named somebody in the past, named an idol, and didn't name nobody you know personally. Most of us. I'm not going to say and judge everybody like that, you know what I'm saying? But the disrespect is crazy out here. Like I said, I'm from South Africa, and where I grew up, at that time, the community knew each other. So, like, if I would do something 5 miles away from my house and it was bad, my dad somehow knew about it because everybody was involved in the community. And when I came here, it was kind of different. And when I talk to the older folks, they say that's how it was, back in the day. But like I said, most of you guys named a celebrity, pastor, you know what I'm saying? Or like somebody from the past who doesn't affect your life right now. For example, I'm a LeBron fan, you know what I mean? But he is not my hero, you know what I mean? My heroes for me was, little things like a gentleman named David. Some of my coworkers know him. Most people don't know. He helped me get through a certain time in my life when my wife was going to school. And he would, give me certain jobs so I could make money, so I could pay for this, pay for that, and do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, a friend, I'm not gonna say his name, when I'm fighting with my wife, I'm like, man, I'm gonna dip, bro. F this. I'm gonna go do my own thing. And he's like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it out there. Even some of y'all, your kids, probably wanted to try some drugs or something, and the janitor was like, hey, they like him. Hey, young man, come here, let me talk to you. That's a bad idea. Or, you're with the wrong crowd, and your school teacher, your football coach. Even, right now, everybody is like, healthcare workers are the true heroes. But even the dudes who work at Amazon, delivering the mail, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, a hero is not somebody on a pedestal. We live in a time and era where we idolize, a hip hop artist, or, the dude who made Tesla. Everybody's like, oh, he does this. No, he's making his own money. He's not worried about you. These people that we put our money in are not worried about us. They're not thinking like, oh, no, they give you a certain image. They're actors. You know what I mean? They're, at the end of the day, they're actors, I'll meet friends and they'll be like, I'm using an example, like, Drake is a real dude, man. Look at what he's doing. And it's like, Drake ain't never talked to you. He doesn't even know who you are. He's never put no investment in you. He gives you an escape. We all live in a place where it's hard to survive, and we want that escape, So when we meet somebody who's doing something that we wish we were doing, we're like, oh man, they're real. And like, my friends would get mad. And, when we were young, Drake was really popular. And I'm like, I want to pop bottles like Drake. Like, you don't got no rent to pay. Man, I want to mess with a lot of girls like Drake. Like, that's just a character. You know what I mean? That's just a character of somebody pimping you to make money. Some of us look at, politicians as heroes. Like, a lot of people at this time, were excited about the Donald Trump exit and the entrance of Biden. But give me 4 years and we'll see if anything changed. And 90% of the time, no, nothing will change. But you were out there screaming like, yeah, oh, Biden, come in. Oh, Biden, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody who affected your life is out there, and you don't give him no attention because we're so mesmerized by the star and the power. It's just idol worship. Like me, I personally don't go to church no more. Because, as a kid, I saw a lot of things like, everybody's like, oh, this pastor is real, and it was 90% of a church that I started going to, people like giving them money. And then when the people need the money, the pastor was nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? Like, the pastor ain't paying for your APS. He ain't paying for your car note. He's not paying, to talk to your kid to do this, because he's also playing a leader role, but for politics. I don't care what nobody says. You can hate me and not talk to me. Church too has politics. To me, if you're a pastor or a community leader, if you ain't in these streets trying to catch the drug dealers and give them a talk, trying to catch the drug addict, trying to catch people doing wrong and be involved actually in the community, not just be in a building and, you know, read a verse and say some inspirational speech and then that's it, then to me you're not nothing. You're just another idol. You're just somebody else that's put on a pedestal, which they are, and you say a few verses for a couple of minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, and somebody, you know, takes it to the heart and thinks, yeah, that was real, and goes home. But you know what I'm saying? When that person needs something, you're nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? That's one reason I stopped going to church, because I noticed even me, man, I was more like, you know, I'm here for the righteous people instead of those who are broken. Most churches don't go to broken people. It's like a clique. It's like a clique, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not following that role, you don't do anything different, they'll, oh, no, keeping him away. Oh, he's questioning the authority. But the authority is doing nothing. Man, I went to a pastor's house one time. You know, my mom was about to lose her house. And my mom was putting in money. They always had this, oh, we need this for the congregation. We need to help this. We need to do this. And she was going through stuff and she's giving them money. So me and my wife were thinking about getting married at the time and they wanted to talk to us, right? So I get in this house. Dude's driving a Beamer. Wife's driving a Jaguar. His kid's room was getting redone because he's having a kid, and you know there was like speakers on the roof, and he's like, yeah, I'm putting this thing that connects to my iPhone, do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, me, as people know, I'm crazy, so I was like, hey, you got a job? No. Oh, how do you pay for this? Oh, the church pays for this because we do it. And all he did was play a piano and, you know, like talk to Sunday school kids. Hey, here's my mom who's always putting in all this money in this church, putting all this stuff. And he told these people like, hey, I'm going through some hard time for my house. This, I'm about to lose it. None of them did nothing. But they're out here spending other people's money. To me, that's not a hero. That's not a hero. You're just somebody that people think is a hero because, you know, we're taught. Like I said, we're taught. Oh, this person is a pastor, or this person, you know, we give them power. Like I always say, you put Hitler, Jesus, Mother Teresa, who's an evil person you guys scared of, Bin Laden, and you cut them, they will all bleed. They all have to eat. They all have to wake up and go to sleep. They all have to do that. And one of the biggest disrespect is, like, you know, when Nipsey Hussle died, and that's not even his real name. That's what I'm going through. Like me in the streets, you know, a lot of you know I'm from there. You can even see how I look sometimes, you know, and that doesn't mean you look like this, but I'm from there. People call me, you know, black, young black. You know what I'm saying? So if I die today, you know, example like Nipsey Hussle, which is not his real name, died today, you think his mom wants to hear, man, Nipsey Hussle was a real dude? No. My mom don't want to hear black was a real dude. She wants to hear Israel was a real dude. Israel did this. That's the whole point I'm saying about this. Like, it's gone so far gone that we don't know what's real and what reality and what's fake. You know what I mean? You can't tell the difference. Like I said, we all, and I don't blame people. We're all in love with the look and stuff because we're not there. It's people we want to be like. But to me, like I said, the heroes is the small people, the dude who delivers stuff. People at the hospital right now, COVID, dealing with the COVID, your kid's football coach, you know what I'm saying? Even a youth pastor who gets involved, you know, even if you do, you know, scouts, like those are the real heroes, man. Your mechanic who fixed your car and said you could pay him 2 weeks later. You know what I mean? People who really affect, I'm sorry. English, Zulu to English sometimes. And my friends make fun of me about it, but hey, who cares? But a person who affects your life in a certain way. Because we will ignore, you know, people will die that we know and we'll be like, oh, you know, yeah, they died. But then a celebrity died, man, you know, Nipsey Hussle was a real dude, man. Look what he did for his community. Look what he did. Like, cool. The people in that community, that's their hero. They can really put them on a pedestal. But with you were just buying CDs and downloading free music. And you can pay homage, but some of you go tattoo a dude on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, some of these people, bro, are just plain a character. Don't fall in love with the game. Don't fall in love. It's just like I tell my YouTube subscribers, you know, everybody has comments, different beliefs, and they try to judge me. And I always tell them, like, you are who you see what I want you to see. Like, even right now when I'm talking to you, I'm giving you what I want you to give you. And you can judge me for it. You can, you know, whatever, but it's what I give you. So I can even be lying to you right now. That's the whole point too, what I'm saying about most of these people we look at as heroes. They could be, you know, lying to us. Like, some people call somebody a hero and say, oh, they fought for us to vote. What has voting really done for you? This is a fact. When Barack Obama was in office, they shot more black people on television than ever. So how is that a hero? For me, he didn't do nothing for you. He didn't do nothing for you. Even when you got those, you know, Obama phones, people don't know, but the truth is it was a transition of technology. People were not using flip phones anymore. So those phones were just there and they gave them to you. But those who are not aware and don't look at the environment and see what's going on is like, oh, you know, he flip phone and, you know, he helped it. Man wasn't helping you. It was just a time to let go of something old. And instead of throwing away, you know, the government, the cattle keepers, because we are the cattle, they, you know what I'm saying, the shepherds, because we are the sheeps, was like, should we throw this away? Nah, let's give it to the sheep. Let's make them feel a certain way. Because no matter what, bro, we're still slaves. I have a video talking about that. And we don't even know it. Tell me what's the difference between a president, pharaoh, king. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what's the difference between a pyramid, White House, or castle. Tell me what's the difference, you know what I'm saying, between a queen, first lady, or, you know, even in a church, there's the pastor's wife. You know what I'm saying? It's all just same old stuff, different story, but you're not awake enough to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So my whole video, now I'm getting out of topic. I love to talk. I love to discuss things like this, is praise the real heroes and put people who really deserve it on a pedestal. You know what I mean? Hug your mom, hug your brother, talk to your friends, people in your community, the kids teaching your kids. You know what I mean? The football coach, the people putting in the time where you can't put in, the people who give you money when you need it. You know what I mean? The people who give you knowledge when you need it, the people who send you on the right path, instead of the people that they tell us who to, you know, look up to and who do. These people don't know us, and these people don't care, man. It's Zulunation.
Halala, halala sanbongela, halala, halala sanbongela we. Halala, halala sanbongela, halala, halala sanbongela.